Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening with Shaz podcast, where we unlock the power within and navigate the journey of your self-discovery together. I'm Shaz, your spiritual mentor and life coach, here to help you tap into your inner guidance system and manifest your best life. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or looking to deepen your practice, this podcast offers insights, techniques, and inspiration to elevate your consciousness and transform your reality. Get ready to shine your light and embrace your true potential. Remember, the answers are inside you. Let me be your guide on earth. Welcome back to the Spiritual Awakening podcast with Shaz. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go through 10 no-dumb questions with Shaz. Honestly, there are so many people that wonder when they start their spiritual awakening, what is emotional healing? How do you feel energy? When I see signs, what does it mean? Do I notice the patterns going on? And they start questioning what the hell is going on with their life. But instead of asking these questions, they sit there, think, I should already know this. No, sweetheart, how can you know something that you've never known before? There's a whole reason why we have an opportunity to ask questions, seek out mentors, and even use AI or find some wise person to assist you. That is how we learn in this life. Stop making yourselves wrong for being human. You don't know what you don't know until you do know it. And if you've never been through it before, there's no shame. You have to just open up, allow yourself to see, and ask someone wisely for the answer. I see this all the time with clients and development classes, during readings or conversations with people in the general public. They're spiritually curious, they feel things, they see signs, they pick up on energy, they know their body's talking to them, but they don't know what to do about it. They can feel something shifting, they're too scared. And today I want you to not be scared about this. We're going to throw all the junk in the rubbish bin. There are no dumb questions. The only questions that are stupid are the ones that are never asked. So those questions that your soul keeps nudging you to ask, and if you've asked yourself any of these questions before, that means you've actually been paying attention. So let's start. Question number 1. How do I know if it's intuition or anxiety? This is probably the biggest question that people ask me when they're starting out. How do I know if it's intuition or am I just anxious? And it matters because anxiety and intuition can both show up pretty much the exact same way in the body. They both give you a feeling, they both make you want to stop, and they both make you want to question about something. But those feelings are totally different when you pay attention and listen properly. Anxiety rushes in, it's fast. Intuition floats down and it lands. That is the simple difference. Anxiety usually comes in as panic or urgency, pressure, overthinking, and that need to solve a problem right now. Intuition is different because it doesn't scream like that. Anxiety says to you, hurry up, decide now, fix this. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I get it wrong? But intuition can be firm. It's really much calmer. It's a quiet knowing. It's a sense of peace inside your own body and especially in your mind. It can be a pull, subtle, in a different direction. It might be your body saying yes or no. It could be your stomach dropping because something doesn't match. It can be the mind running around like a toddler, holding scissors, going scattered all over the place. That shows you anxiety. And I say this with love because when I was younger, I didn't know the difference either. I would sit and think straight away, oh my God, something's wrong. What if I look at? What's going on? What do I need to be aware of? It activated this sense of urgency of, oh my God, what is it? But over time, intuition is not here to terrify us. It is here to guide you. Anxiety actually argues with you. It's opinionated, so is the ego. Intuition is like a quiet telling of the truth. So if you're really unsure, pause. Don't force an answer. Take a deep breath in, allow it to settle, and ask yourself, does this feeling feel rushed, panic, or fear-based? Or does it feel clear, grounded, and steady? That question alone will help you separate the noise from the knowing. Remember, intuition doesn't scream, it quietly keeps telling you the truth. And you feel it so peacefully in your body. If you feel discomfort and it feels unsettled, trust that's probably anxiety or the ego taking over the intuitive insight. Question number 2 for today. Why do I keep seeing the same numbers everywhere? I love this question because repeating patterns, and especially triple or quadruple numbers, are very spiritual. Their sole purpose is to stop you in your tracks, get you to pay attention, and become present in the single moment of where you are right now. 1111 is the awakening code, and many people get that code when they start to awaken spiritually. One of the fun things is many years ago, I used to work for a government department, and I had a gentleman in there, and I never really told people in my corporate life that I was spiritual or that I talked to angels and had all these wise wisdom things no one knew about. And he just happened to mention that he was talking about a dream and asked what I felt that it meant. And I turned around and I said, do you want the truth? Do you want me to interpret it? Or are you just asking as a hearsay thing? He goes, what do you mean? I said, it's one of my gifts. I interpret dreams. I tell you what they mean spiritually. I didn't know about that, you. That's what he said to me, right? I didn't know that you could do that. And I said, most people don't. I don't advertise it. And we talked about it. And another instance that he told me is he kept seeing the time 10:49. And I just had a quiet giggle to myself. And he turns around and goes, what? What does that mean? And I said, that's 11 to 11. 10:49 is 11 minutes to 11. And he would see it all the time. And 1111 is the awakening code. Now, this being a gentleman, very logical, very analytical, if he's seen 1111, he would have just dismissed it. So his guides gave him the code in the opposite way. 11 minutes to 11 is still 1111. When I explained that to him, he turned around and said to me, it's really funny because every time I see it, something special or unique happens. That's why the codes are there. This is why triple numbers and certain number sequences grab your attention. They are here to give you a message to show you what you need to pay attention to. You can see triple numbers anywhere, on the clock, on your receipts, via number plates, street addresses. When someone sends you a message at the exact time of a triple number or something that you're suddenly thinking about, this is spirit telling you how they're going to get your attention. You're not losing the plot. This is how they get your attention. I had another friend and they used to see a number plate with a number 78 on it. And they seen it all the time. They reckon practically every time they got in the car, there was a number plate with 78. And I asked them one day what happened when they got in the car, or what were they thinking about, or what did they need to consider? And twice he said to me, well, twice I went and seen it. The next thing you know, there's a cop car rushing past me. He got the sign of that number, instinctively slowed down and missed getting a speeding ticket and didn't even realize what the message was there telling him. Once he put the correlation together, he stopped seeing the sign so clearly because it didn't need his attention anymore. It saved him from 1, getting into an accident, and 2, having a fine or getting into trouble with the police without him even paying attention. Numbers, signs, symbols, colors, all of those things are your angels, your guides saying, wake up, stop, look around. What do you need to know? Who are you thinking of? What are you listening to? Bringing you back to conscious awareness. We walk around unconscious and automation mode all the time. We don't even realize how much time passes because we're so in our head that we're really not paying attention to our surroundings. When you get a triple number, don't automatically jump onto the internet and go, what does angel number 444 mean? Think about it, right? What does the number mean to you? What do you need to look at in your vicinity? Take a look around you. What is capturing your attention? What can you hear? What can you see? Why are you being brought consciously aware in this moment? What were you thinking about? It could be really important. Who are you with? Are you thinking about a decision? What answer are you looking for? This is how your guides and spirit communicates with you. You just have to pay attention. I don't know how many clients and how many friends have said to me, oh my God, I asked spirit for a sign and I didn't get anything. And I turn around and go, you have a picture on your phone and it says 444 or 555 or whatever the number may be. Yeah. Do you know how random it is to get a picture at that exact time? That is the sign. You're not even paying attention. And what was the picture? The picture was the answer to the question. We don't pay attention. Spirit will use all sorts of signs and symbols to get our attention. Numbers, coins, feathers, songs, colors, dreams, repetitive words, repetitive phrases, affirmations. You will be taken out of automated mode and brought consciously aware. Pay attention to it. Most of us miss them because we're just stuck in our head, and we don't need to be like that. A sign is not always the answer either. Usually, it is just an invitation to listen deeper. Pay attention. What are you thinking? What feels good for you in this moment? What are you being called to do right now? That is the true answer of what you're going through. Question 3, one of my favorites, it's something I teach very passionately about, is can my body really hold old emotions? Hell yes, absolutely. If you pay attention to your body, it is always communicating with you about your emotions, blocked down feelings, consciousness, this life, past life, ancestral lessons that you have to learn. The body speaks to you. Tugging on your ear is a sign for you to pay attention as to what emotions are coming up. Rubbing on a finger is a meridian. It's a problem within the body. The body speaks and it remembers everything. So if you're walking along and you bang your elbow, that is something that you need to be aware of that is coming up for processing. If you don't process your body and emotions and you don't clear what's going on, it will turn into disease. Emotions stay locked in our auric field 3 years before it becomes physical in our body. Many years ago, I had problems. I lost the use of my left arm, had to go to a doctor, got diagnosed with rheumatism, turned around and said, no, not doing that. Hell no. Wanted a second opinion, got referred to a neurologist who said he wanted to operate on my pituitary gland. Said, hell no, we're not doing that either. No way are we doing that. And I turned around and I said to my soul and myself, I don't care what's going on. You need to bring it up. We need to clear it. We're not doing this. To this day, I don't have rheumatism. I had it. It was in my blood. I had to go on medication. I said, I'm not doing it. I cleared the emotions. The problem went away. I believe this is the case for many diseases that we can do. If you are fighting a health crisis, look at the underlying emotion, clear the emotion, heal yourself. I'm not the only person that's done this. There are thousands of people out there that have done it too. You have to want to change. You have to take responsibility. You have to accept you made a decision to create it. Unmake the decision. Okay? Sometimes it can be a simple stubbing of the toe to remind you to pay attention to what's going on around you. There are books out there that I recommend to deal with this. Louise L. Hay and her You Can Heal Your Life book. Annette Noontil and The Body is the Barometer of Your Soul. That's a great one because it also has a little subsection at the back of what's going on in your car, because your car is another representation of your body, and mechanical issues can show up as emotional problems just the same. And the third book is The Secret Language of Your Soul by Ina Sakal. These will help you identify what your emotional problems are. That heaviness, that pain, the fatigue, the lump in your throat, the tightness in your chest, the blocked stomach or digestion issue. All of these have an emotional problem. The jaw that won't unclench, the shoulders that are forever tight. Your body is always giving you clues. Pay attention. It doesn't mean your body's betraying you. It's just communicating. Okay, clients often come to me and either I'll feel it and ask them what's the heaviness in the chest, or they'll tell me they have a heaviness in my chest. My stomach drops every time I think about a person, or my body feels like it shuts down when I try to speak. I pay attention because I know underneath that is a root cause of a problem that happened usually in their childhood or a past life in their ancestral line that they're here to clear, and they have to clear and heal that. Sometimes we just have to give it attention. We have to acknowledge it. And that acknowledgement can create the shift so easily. There are a lot of people out there showing you the way of how you can do this for yourself. It's not hard. You just have to pay attention and listen to your body and start communicating with it by asking it, what are you trying to show me? What emotion is sitting here right now? What do I need? First questions first. Is this mine or is it somebody else's? This matters because we can absorb emotion and we can have to process it for our family, our parents, our friends. Make sure that it's yours first. Then consider deeper questions. Do I need rest, movement, truth, support, or release? These questions will give you guidance as to what's going on and how you can move through it with ease. Your body is not the enemy. It is one of the greatest messages and communicators with your soul. My favorite thing to tell people, the body is the last line of defense. When your soul shows you signs and symbols, brings up emotions, triggers you and tells you all the things that you need to do, and you don't pay attention, it will hit the body lastly. It's not betraying you, it's grabbing your attention. Pay attention quickly, otherwise you suffer the consequences. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Question 4. Why do I feel drained after being around certain people? Hello, fellow empaths. All you beautiful people, you have certain friends and family members and you go there and you're feeling fine, you're great, and you walk away and you're heavy, foggy, tired, and so flat. And it's like somebody unplugged you from the power source and drained your battery. Yes, some people can be draining, situations can be draining, work can be draining. Chaos is certainly draining. People that talk at you and not with you suck the life out of you. Some people will dump their whole emotional laundry basket on top of you. It's not yours to keep. You have to let it go. You have to cleanse it and release it. They walk away feeling amazing. Oh my God, I feel so later. It's wonderful. And you feel like the Walking Dead. It doesn't have to be that way. Someone draining your energy is not necessarily a bad thing, and they're not stealing it from you. It's sometimes you're just giving too much. You over-listen. You try and rescue them. You answer all their questions. You want to give them advice. You want to shake them and tell them what to do. You absorb too much. You become responsible for their feelings rather than them becoming responsible for themselves. It just means you've opened your field too much. You forgot to ground your energy. And you stay in conversations long after your body says, we're done. Pay attention. It's no wonder you're exhausted, overwhelmed, shattered. You don't need to be a people pleaser and there for everybody else. You have to be there for yourself first. Remember, disconnect your energy. Cut your cords when you're finished. Call your energy back. Everything that you gave to them, call it back to self. Ground yourself. Above our head, we can manifest and create a golden energy tap from source. It flows out golden white light and it can fill our auric field. Use universal energy rather than your body. Call all your resources back to you. Cut those cords, cleanse it, walk away. Sometimes you may need to ground. Go and put your feet, bare feet on the ground. Hug a tree. Have a shower. Cleanse your body. Shake it. Dance. Get it off. Stop carrying what is not yours. Okay? You don't need to have people being parasites taking everything out of you and sucking you dry. Okay? You can love people and not carry all their burdens for them. Most people, when they drown you, is because you're so powerful, they thrive off the energy. You don't have to give it to them. It's a choice. Sometimes it's us giving it away too much. They don't always steal it from us. You are in control. Take it back. Maintain your energy. Protect yourself. Shield yourself. Cut your cords. Call your energy back and cleanse yourself with ease. Question number 5, one of my favorites, is, are my spirit guides ignoring me when I cannot feel them? No. They're not ignoring you. They don't disappear. They don't go away. Sometimes your mind gets too loud. Life gets in the way. Your system becomes so noisy, you can't hear the guidance. And sometimes you're so stressed, exhausted, panicking, overthinking, doom scrolling, asking the same questions 47 times and demanding a sign every 10 minutes. Your guides are not gone, but they do turn around and go, I'm not going to keep trying to get your attention when you won't give it back to me. Your communication with your spirit guides is a two-way street. They'll show up for you when you show up for them. They will not try and over-process through noisy environments. If you're running around like a leaf blower's blowing 24/7, you're not going to hear the whisper of what they want. You have to make time and space. You have to go and sit and meditate, calm yourself, ground yourself, and get into a receiving mode. Too many of us don't make ourselves available to receive. We pray, we ask, we beg, we borrow, we steal. Like, we do everything we can to get what we want, and then we don't sit still. We don't allow that knowing or the dream to pop in, the conversation, the awareness. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Usually it's overhearing a conversation of someone telling you what you need to know. You've all been there, right? You're in a crowded restaurant and you're having a chat with people at your table, and all of a sudden it's like a megaphone's gone off on the conversation 3 tables over, and mum may be in spirit, and it sounds like the advice mum would give you if you're sitting right there. That is how it comes up. It can be a conversation, a song lyric, a sentence in a book, a sudden memory, a little nudge to go somewhere even though you don't really know why, or a nudge to call someone, to stop, to rest, or act. They show up in different ways. But you can't demand access from a state of panic. You can't be in anxiety and overwhelm and think your spirit guides are going to get through that. I know how annoying it is. We like confirmation and we want it now. But sometimes, if you don't allow yourself to settle, sit back, receive, and listen, you're being disservice to yourself. And sometimes no sign, when you're desperately asking for one, is the actual sign. You already know what you need to do. Stop asking for things that you know the answers to. If you're not getting clearance or clarity on what you want and clear guidance of what you need, ask yourself, do I already know the answer to this? Why am I asking something that I already know the answer to? Okay, they don't disappear when your mind gets loud, but they can't get through the chaos unless you let them. Question 6. Why do I keep attracting the same type of relationship? This is the big one. I can't tell you how many times I've been asked, and not just loving relationships, friendships, work colleagues, mum groups, dad groups, friends at the pub, players at the footy. You get the same pattern because you have familiarized it so much that you become dependent on it. It's not really necessarily good for you, but you want it so much you attract it again. You vibrate at it again. You become unhealthy and unaligned, but it's familiar. It feels safe. This is the part that most of us will never truly understand at the beginning, is chemistry is not always alignment. It's the body sitting there going, Really, what is this? We mistake butterflies and chemistry and this great thing as, it's lust or whatever you want to call it. That's pure attraction. Sometimes chemistry is your nervous system recognizing a pattern and going, oh my God, I know this one. Why am I going to do it again? And we don't listen. We see red flags and we just ignore them. Don't punish yourself. You don't need to earn love, to draw people to do it, to earn it. You don't need to prove your worth to attract people. You have to learn to love yourself. Okay? If love was inconsistent, emotionally unavailable people can feel exciting. Okay? We all know people love the chase, men and women. If you say no to someone, oh my God, that's got to double down. We've got to go chase after it. Chaos, we make it normal because peace is boring. The old-fashioned saying, oh, I don't want that. That's a nice guy. I want the bad boy. I want the one that causes the reaction in my body. They treat you like shit. They hurt you. They cause all the pain. They cause all the trauma. The connection was so strong. No, it wasn't. You were in an anxiety state, in a fear state, and you wouldn't pay attention to your body to realize what it really was. Yes, the old saying, nice guys or nice people come last, because when someone makes you feel good, what do? Oh my God, danger, run away. Stop making chaos and anxiety a normal behavior. Ask yourself, is this real? Is this flutters or is this my body showing up in a nervous state, in a panic awareness state? Is it trying to get my attention to tell me to run for the hills? Some relations are not meant to destroy you, and we let them because, oh my God, it feels so good and I feel tingly in places that I didn't feel tingly. And we call that attraction. Some people can't tell the difference between attraction and disgust. And it saddens my heart that we don't pay enough attention to ourselves to realize the difference. A disruption of your auric field, that uncomfortable feeling, isn't always good. Pay attention. Ask yourself, is this a pattern that I keep repeating? Instead of asking, why do I keep attracting them? Ask yourself, what feels familiar about this? What am I trying to win or prove? What am I hoping that I can change with this one? How can I fix it? How can I make this one work when the others didn't? And then ask deeper questions still. What does healthy love actually feel like? It's the calm in the storm. And none of us want calmness. We don't want peace. We love the tension. It's ridiculous. It breaks my heart. But we want the spike, the chase, the drama, the emotional roller coaster because it makes you feel something and it gives you something because you've normalized it over time. You have turned something that is totally wrong into something totally normal. That when nice comes along and peace and safety and respect, you sabotage it. Especially consistency. When someone actually shows up for you, it's boring. And your nervous system starts begging for something better because you haven't healed it. You haven't created safety within self because you won't give yourself time to take those moments to center, ground, and really connect and ask yourself, is this a good feeling or is this an awareness that's not so great for me? You have to heal your past. You have to stop chasing the same looping mistakes and learn those lessons in order to attract better. And you have to stop sending better away. It's not easy. But you do the inner work and amazing things happen. The things that you can create and attract and bring towards you when you're healed, rather than coming from that place of hurt, that place of fear, that unprocessed emotion, is totally different. Question 7 is, how do I know if I'm healing or just overthinking? Healing and overthinking can look very similar from the outside. You may have noticed that I just had an energetic release. When I'm healing, I burp or cough or have energy float out through my body. That's my personal recognition. I'm not the only one that has it. When you're healing and something lets go, you'll have a like a little tick or a disruption in the body. You'll feel a shift. You will feel a space. And we then overthink it or journal it too much and ask questions, look at the patterns, but we're not looking at it from a healthy way. The one thing that you have to remember is when you are healing and you let something go, you must replace it with better. Fill it with love. Fill it with joy, peace, compassion, empathy, comfort, compassion, care, kindness. Fill your soul with all those things that you desire. They feel different in the body, and healing creates a space that you do have to fill again. Overthinking just creates loops. You go round and round in circles and there's no gaps to fill. It just flows on. It's like just being on a roller coaster ride that you can't get it off. It's when you have 10 tabs open in your brain and none of them are actually loading properly and you're sitting there wondering, what am I doing? When you heal something, it leads to a choice of, do I keep it or do I let it go? Do I surrender and find peace or do I open up to receive? It helps you move. Overthinking keeps you spinning. You start responding differently when you heal. When you're overthinking, you just get angry and frustrated and you set back into the same patterns. And as you heal, you catch the pattern earlier and you disrupt it. You start to speak more clearly, set honest boundaries for yourself, make different choices, say no when necessary. Stop blaming yourself for everything. You feel more connected to your body, your truth, and the next step. You know you're overthinking when the circling of the same question comes round and round again and you never take a step forward. There's no action behind it. It's not looking for clarity anymore. You're trying to look for certainty, but certainty is a sneaky little trap because it stops you really taking action. You have to take action without being totally certain because the certainty will flow with the action that follows. If you get stuck in your head, start asking yourself, what do I actually know right now? What do I know? What is going on? What is one action I can take that will make me better? What am I avoiding just to continue to analyze this? What do I need to do to shift it? And then take that simple action. Embodied healing requires movement. That action can be a meditation, a somatic release, an EFT or tapping process, some Ho'oponopono practice. But you have to take something in order to allow the space for the healing to take place. One honest step forward. Question 8. Do I need to forgive someone fully in order to heal? This question gets people fired up. Okay? Honestly, it's a good thing. Forgiveness has been used as a spiritual weapon against many people. They say, just forgive them, let it go, don't hold on to the anger, be the bigger person. It sounds beautiful in theory. They like to tell you it's damaging in practice. But forgiveness at its core is not about the other person at all. It is not about pretending that what they did and what they said didn't hurt you. It's not about excusing their behavior of what they did that harmed you and making it normal. And you don't need to rush into forgiveness. The most powerful aspect of it is forgiveness of self for allowing it to happen in the first place. Forgiveness sets them free. Forced forgiveness is actually a form of spiritual bypassing because before you can forgive at all, there has to be honesty. You have to drill down and ask yourself what really happened. How did it truly affect you? What did it cost you? Were there any boundaries that were crossed? Is there emotion still in my body that has to be moved along? Do I still require protection now? You don't need to excuse what happened to release the weight of it. This is the big distinction of it. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. One of my favorite forgiveness practices is Ho'oponopono. 4 phrases: please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you, and I love you. Because you holding on to unforgiveness for someone for what they've done to you is sitting in blame. It takes away personal responsibility. It takes away the fact that, as much as you'd never like to admit it, you played a part. Your soul wanted to go through it. You wanted to feel it. You wanted to experience it in order to evolve. They showed up and become what your soul asked of them. It doesn't make it right. You don't need to pretend you're fine with it. You don't need to have relationships with them. But the forgiveness that you hold on to holds you back from having a whole life. Truth is the first step towards forgiveness. This happened to me. But that's okay, because I got through it. And even though that happened, I'm still a good person. I'm still capable. I'm still loving. I'm still free. That's what matters. You don't have to say that it was okay that it happened. You have to acknowledge that it happened and know that doesn't make you any lesser of who you are. You grew through the experience. And I know this at core because I had to work through it myself. I grew up in an abusive household. Most people don't know because I don't really share it too much. But I understand what happened, and that forgiveness set me free. I buried my trauma so deeply that my body created hiccups for over 10 months. 10 months of suffering because I wouldn't face what I couldn't face. And until I gave myself permission to surrender it, forgive it, and let it go, and realize that action or that act or that trauma doesn't define me, I could never move forward. Forgiveness is about you, not them. Because trust me, holding on to unforgiveness, they don't even care. It doesn't affect them. They go on with their life and you're stuck in the trenches with it. Don't give them your power. Take it back. Release the weight of what you've been carrying. You don't deserve to have the burden anymore. Question 9. What if I feel like I have no purpose? Everyone asks this question. First answer to it is breathe. Take a moment. The reason you feel like you have no purpose is simply you're not giving yourself permission to understand who you are. You're disconnected from yourself. Purpose can be big or small. Every single soul that incarnates on earth comes with a gift, a talent, a skill. It comes with something that is so easy for them to do, that is as natural as breathing for them. And that is what you're meant to turn in your purpose and your mission. How it shows up is in many different ways. Sometimes it can be this big lightning bolt, and other times it can be just something very subtle. All of a sudden you notice that you have this great gift with plants, that you can nurture a plant back from a twig and turn it into a bright bubbling bush. Sometimes it can be you prepare the meals, you're a great cook and you don't even realize it. Simple things matter. It can be artistry, it can be carpentry or design. It can be the fact that you can type without thinking. You can connect with people. You have the exact right words to say when people don't know it. Your purpose is the thing that lights you up the most. It is the thing you can do over and over and over again, spend all the hours of the time for it. Nowadays, in the digital age, there are a lot of kids out there like that have ADHD and spend all their time on computer games. That can actually be a purpose. You may think they're wasting their time playing a computer game and getting through all the levels and aspiring and going all the way up. But you don't know what code their mind is writing. A lot of people that play computer games go on to eventually create new ones. They have ideas, they can see the workings behind it. Encourage the talent in your children. Nurture the things they like to do. Encourage them to do the things that make them happy. Ultimately, a purpose brings happiness. It brings joy. It makes you feel alive. It gets you out of bed in the morning. It doesn't always start as a career. It starts as a pull of a way for you to show up. Some curiosity, sometimes a frustration of, I don't know why I feel compelled to do this, but I just have to do it. Ask yourself, what is pulling you right now? What do you feel like doing that is going to make you feel calm, peace, serene? Is there any way that I can help people with what I do? Is there any wisdom behind it? Would I want to do this even if I knew no one would pay me for it? Trust me, if you have an artistic talent, most artists don't make a lot of money, but they can't not create. They cannot bring their creations into fruition. It's a compelling factor that they have to go out and do it. And that's usually where our purpose starts, not with pressure. It starts in attention. Okay, pay attention to what you like to do. When you're thinking about nothing and I've got all the free time, so think about it, okay? I got a day off on the weekend, I got nothing to do. What do I want to do? The thing that inspires and comes to your mind of, I want to go and do this, is probably related to your purpose in some way. But we overthink it, dismiss it, and go, oh, that possibly can't be it because it's just too simple. And sometimes purpose comes through some of the hardest lessons in our life. We become advocates to fix a problem. And the only way we can be aware of the problem is to suffer in the process. So look at your life, analyze what you've been through, and work out, what do you know most about? What comes easily to you as breathing? And what can you spend hours of time doing without noticing time passing you by? And question 10 is, how do I actually trust myself again? This is the question underneath all the others. How do I trust myself after ignoring all the signs, staying too long, being in the relationship with the wrong person, choosing the wrong person, doubting my gut, getting back into the same patterns, attracting the same person, abandoning yourself, letting other people make decisions for you? How do you rebuild self-trust? This is done in small moments, micro increments, very tiny steps. It's not a dramatic spiritual rebirth. It is tiny, ritualistic actions. One step at a time, one promise at a time, one routine at a time, one behavior at a time. Every time you tell the truth or honor your body, say no when you mean no. Pause to listen. Every time you stop asking 10 people what they think and ask yourself, what do you know that you need to do? Every time you notice, I knew that, and let yourself learn from it rather than using it to beat yourself up. You have to rebuild trust, not by being perfect, but by trying again and again and again, by never giving up. You just come back. Your intuition has been speaking to you for years and you probably haven't noticed it because you've been too busy surviving. Get out of the trenches, heal yourself, let go, move away from what's causing the problem, one small step at a time. If you're not sure, ask your body questions. Tune into your inner pendulum. Something simple. Do I want tea or water? Do I stay home tonight or do I go out? Does this feel heavy or does it feel light? Is this a yes, a no, or a not yet? When you get the answer, honor it. This is how you build the muscle. Intuition is a muscle. You have to repeat it, trust it, exercise it, build upon it. Give yourself time for it and allow things to arrive. Don't rush. Stop abandoning yourself. Give yourself time to build the relationship between you, your higher self, your guides, and the cosmos. You can't rush it. It has to be done one micro increment at a time. So let's bring all this back together. These questions may sound different, but underneath them all, there's a deeper invitation for yourself. Can you trust what's already inside you? Can you listen to your body without making it wrong? Do you notice the signs without obsessing over them? Is that energy that you're carrying yours or someone else's? Can you honor spirit without needing constant reassurance? Do you look at relationships with honesty or only with chemistry or false chemistry? Can you let go without forcing forgiveness and give yourself permission to take your power back? And can you find your purpose by paying attention to what is really calling you, of using your talent, your gifts, and giving yourself permission to do what makes you happy, not what makes other people happy, putting your needs first? That is the work of awakening, not perfection, not spiritual performance, and certainly not pretending to have all the answers. It's just coming home to yourself again and again. I hope this episode has helped you. If you get stuck, have any further questions, please send them to me. You can email them to me. The link will be in the bio, or you can just reply to any of the episodes that you're watching. So this week, I want you to choose one of these questions only and sit with it. Don't do all 10. It's going to create overwhelm. We're not here to do a spiritual avalanche, just one, and ask yourself, what is my soul asking me to look at right now? What do I already know? Is there anything I'm pretending not to know? And which small step can I take today to change my life for the better tomorrow? Then take the step. The answers are not outside of you, they're inside of you. Sometimes you just need the right question to ask that unlocks them for you. Until next time. Thanks for listening to the Spiritual Awakening with Shaz podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below so you don't miss an episode. You can also follow us on Facebook with the links below. Until next time, trust your intuition and let your spirit soar.